Deep beneath the Arctic ice lies a Soviet secret so terrifying. It was nearly erased from history. In 1961, the nuclear submarine K-19 didn't just suffer an accident, it awakened something. Through 2 years of AI-assisted research analyzing newly declassified documents, enhanced audio recordings, and survivor testimonies, we've reconstructed the full truth. The official story claims 8 men died from radiation poisoning. The reality is much worse. Because according to the submarine's own black box recorder, those 8 men didn't die, they were taken. And what took them may still be active today in the wreckage 300 meters below the polar ice. The K-19 wasn't an ordinary submarine, codenamed Hiroshima by its crew. It carried 3 nuclear missiles capable of destroying entire cities. On July 4, 1961, during secret combat drills near Greenland, the crew first noticed anomalies. At precisely 11:17 a.m., radiation detectors spiked briefly before returning to normal. Engineer Anatoly Balaikov reported seeing shimmering air near the reactor casing. Then the temperature gauges began behaving erratically. Captain Zaityev ordered diagnostics, but equipment showed no malfunctions. That's when crew members started reporting identical hallucinations. Whispers in empty corridors, metallic scraping from sealed compartments. The ship's doctor made a chilling note: crew experiencing identical hallucinations. This contradicts all known radiation symptom profiles. At 2:08 p.m., the crisis escalated. The reactor temperature jumped from 280 degrees Celsius to over 1,000 degrees Celsius in 47 seconds. Physically impossible according to nuclear physicists. The emergency cooling system failed completely. Captain Zaityev assembled 8 volunteers to attempt manual repairs, the Immortal Brigade. But when these men entered the reactor compartment, something unexpected happened. According to radio transcripts, team leader Mikhail Dmitriev reported, "The reactor it's not damaged. There's something else here with us. The walls are breathing." For 17 minutes, audio logs record the repair team conversing with an unknown presence. The final transmission: "We understand now. The door must remain open." Then silence. When rescue teams reached K-19 3 days later, they found the reactor compartment sealed from the outside. Upon opening it, all 8 repair crew members were missing, vanished. Only their radiation suits remained, standing upright as if the men had stepped out of them. KGB investigators noted unexplained symbols burned into the reactor housing. AI pattern matching later identified these as 90% identical to ancient Mesopotamian texts, describing the veil between worlds. The surviving crew were quarantined for 78 days. Interrogation tapes reveal psychiatrists growing increasingly alarmed as multiple crew members described identical visions of tall, shimmering figures moving through walls. Most disturbing? Every crew member independently reported hearing the same whispered phrase, "The door cannot be closed now." Modern AI analysis of the radiation data reveals something 1960s investigators missed. The radiation spikes didn't originate from the reactor core. Advanced 3D modeling shows radiation appeared simultaneously at 17 specific points throughout the submarine, forming a perfect Fibonacci spiral centered on the reactor compartment. Audio enhancement of black box recordings has revealed a secondary layer of sound beneath crew voices. Spectral analysis shows this shadow audio contains structured waveforms matching no known language, yet bearing mathematical similarities to both dolphin communication and seismic patterns before major earthquakes. Princeton physicist Dr. Alan Petrosian stated, "This isn't random noise. It's information, and whatever encoded it understands advanced mathematics." When the Soviet Navy scuttled K-19 in 1972, they chose a location 300 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle. But recent satellite monitoring shows brief, intense bursts of gamma radiation still emanating from the wreck site. These bursts follow an exact 47-second interval pattern, matching the original reactor temperature spike duration. In 2018, a Norwegian research submarine captured sonar images showing the wreck's reactor compartment door is now fully open, despite being sealed when sunk. Most disturbing are acoustic recordings from this expedition. Clear metallic knocking sounds repeating in groups of 8. with intervals that mathematically mirror the Fibonacci radiation pattern from 1961. Marine archaeologist Dr. Ingrid Solberg commented, "This isn't corrosion or currents. Something inside that wreck is active, and it's communicating. The full truth about it may never be known." Of the 117 survivors, only 3 remain alive today. All refuse to speak about the incident. The Russian government continues to deny any unusual aspects. But the evidence tells a different story. AI reconstruction suggests the crew wasn't just fighting a reactor failure. They were struggling against something that came aboard, something that may still be there, waiting in the Arctic depths. Consider this. In 2021, AI identified 17 cases of ships experiencing radiation spikes when passing within 50 kilometers of the wreck site. The pattern? Every incident occurred exactly 47 days apart. The next predicted event? July 4th, 2026, exactly 65 years after the original disaster. Coincidence? Or countdown? The ocean keeps its secrets, but artificial intelligence is beginning to pry them loose. Recent developments have added new layers to this mystery. In January 2023, marine biologists studying Arctic whale migrations noticed a pod of beluga whales exhibiting highly unusual behavior near the K-19 wreck site. The whales began repeating a specific sequence of clicks that matched the exact rhythm of the knocking sounds that were recorded from the submarine wreck. Even more disturbing, the whales only began this behavior after swimming within 200 meters of the open reactor compartment and ceased immediately upon moving away. Marine biologist Dr. Elsa Mikkelsen noted, "This isn't natural mimicry. The precision is too exact. It's as if they're responding to something." Furthermore, analysis of the wreck's corrosion patterns reveals anomalies inconsistent with normal seawater deterioration. The submarine's hull shows accelerated decay in perfect geometric patterns, concentric circles radiating from the reactor compartment at mathematically precise intervals. Materials scientists confirm this type of decay pattern has never been observed in any other shipwreck. The most plausible explanation, according to MIT's Dr. Raj Patel, some form of directed energy is emanating from the reactor site, causing controlled molecular breakdown of the metal. Perhaps most chilling of all are the recent reports from Russian icebreaker crews operating near the site. Since 2020, 7 different ships have logged instances of their digital systems displaying the exact radiation readings recorded by K-19 in 1961, despite being hundreds of kilometers away from the wreck. These ghost readings always last exactly 47 seconds before vanishing. The Russian government has dismissed these as instrument malfunctions, but the pattern is undeniable. As AI researcher Dr. Karen Zhou observed, when the same anomaly repeats across multiple systems over years with perfect temporal consistency, we're no longer talking about glitches. We're talking about signatures. The final piece of this puzzle may come from an unexpected source. Declassified CIA files from 1983, revealing that Soviet naval researchers secretly returned to the K-19 wreck in 1979 using a deep-diving submersible. The team spent just 17 minutes near the reactor compartment before aborting the mission. The official report cited equipment failure, but notes from the team's psychologist, later smuggled to the West, tell a different story. All 3 divers insisted they saw crew members moving inside the wreck through viewports. Men in Soviet naval uniforms from the 1960s. The divers became hysterical when they noticed the figures had no eyes. As we stand on the 63rd anniversary of the disaster, one question remains: what really waits in the Arctic depths? The answer may come sooner than we think, because according to the AI models analyzing these patterns, the 47-day cycle is accelerating. The intervals between events are getting shorter, by exactly 0.47 seconds per cycle. At this rate, the models predict something will happen when the interval reaches 0. The projected date? July 4th, 2026, the 65th anniversary. The numbers don't lie. The countdown is real, and it's almost over. What emerges on July 4th will rewrite history, or end it. If you dare witness the revelation, subscribe for the countdown finale. Like if you believe the truth is down there. Comment your prediction, accident, or awakening.